You think supermarkets are neutral? They're designed to influence you. Every time you walk into a supermarket, you probably think you're making your own choices. You grab a basket, pick up what you need, maybe add a few snacks, and head to the checkout. It feels normal. It feels like you're in complete control. But here's the surprising part. The way products are placed inside a store is carefully planned. The entrance, the checkout counter, and even the ends of aisles are some of the most valuable spaces in retail. They're designed to catch your attention and encourage impulse buying. Now, Abu Dhabi is changing that. Starting from January 1st, 2027, supermarkets larger than 4,000 square feet, along with online grocery platforms, will have to move products that are high in fat, salt, and sugar away from these high-visibility locations. And that's a much bigger story than simply moving a few chocolate bars. This isn't a ban. You can still buy the same products. They're not disappearing from store shelves. What's changing is where you see them. That difference matters more than most people realize. Behavioral scientists have spent decades studying how tiny environmental changes affect human decisions. If your favorite snack is sitting right beside the checkout while you're waiting in line, you're much more likely to grab it without thinking. If it's placed in a regular aisle where you actually have to look for it, that impulse becomes a conscious decision. The product hasn't changed. Your freedom hasn't changed. Only the environment has. And surprisingly, that small change can influence millions of purchasing decisions over time. This approach is often called choice architecture. Instead of forcing people to behave differently, it redesigns the environment so healthier decisions become easier. It's a strategy that many countries have been experimenting with, and now Abu Dhabi is applying it on a large scale. The initiative is being led by Healthy Living, together with the Abu Dhabi Registration Authority, as part of the Emirates' wider public health strategy. The goal isn't to punish food companies. It isn't to tell people what they can or can't eat. It's about reducing impulse purchases that happen simply because certain products are impossible to ignore. Think about your last supermarket visit. How many items did you actually plan to buy? And how many ended up in your basket because they happen to be sitting right in front of you? That's exactly the behavior this policy is trying to address. The interesting part is that businesses aren't waiting until the deadline. Carrefour has already completed these changes across its Abu Dhabi stores, well ahead of the mandatory compliance date. That tells us something important. Major retailers understand this isn't a temporary experiment. It's becoming part of the future of retail, and supermarkets are adapting now instead of waiting until the last minute. But this story goes beyond supermarkets. It reflects a much larger shift happening across Abu Dhabi. The government has increasingly focused on preventive health care rather than simply treating illness later. That includes improving school nutrition standards, encouraging healthier lifestyles, and looking at how food is advertised and presented to consumers. Instead of asking people to rely entirely on willpower, policymakers are asking a different question. What if the environment itself could make healthy choices easier? It's a subtle idea, but it's incredibly powerful. Think about airports that guide passengers with floor markings instead of signs, or offices that place stairs where they're easier to access than elevators, or restaurants that highlight healthier menu options first. None of these remove your freedom. They simply change what naturally catches your attention. That's exactly what's happening in Abu Dhabi supermarkets. And online grocery shopping is part of this change too. Digital stores also rely on product placement. Featured items, homepage recommendations, and checkout suggestions all influence what customers buy. Under the new rules, online grocery platforms will also need to rethink how high-fat, salt, and sugar products are displayed. So this isn't just about physical shelves. It's about digital shelves as well. For retailers, this means redesigning store layouts, updating marketing strategies, and changing how premium display space is used. For food companies, it may encourage innovation in healthier product lines that can occupy those valuable locations. And for shoppers, it could quietly reduce the number of unplanned, unhealthy purchases without anyone even noticing. Some people will see this as smart public policy. Others may argue consumers should make their own decisions without government involvement. That's a debate likely to continue. But one thing is clear, Abu Dhabi isn't removing choice. It's redesigning the environment where those choices happen. And that makes this one of the most interesting retail policies in the region. Because sometimes changing behavior doesn't require changing people. It only requires changing what they see first. So here's the question. Do you think supermarkets should influence our buying decisions, or should stores stay completely neutral? Share your opinion in the comments, and follow for more stories that explain how the UAE is quietly shaping the future.